I'm Annamarie. I'm a designer with Cornerstone Remodeling, and I'm here with Aaron and Christian to talk about their newly remodeled basement. So what made you decide to start the process for this remodel?
So I think we started with a blank space. We were really fortunate that this was a completely unfinished space, and because of that, we got the opportunity to sort of do whatever we wanted. Our kids are getting older. We wanted them to have a bit more of a space that they could really grow into.
Yeah, and unfinished exposed wood beams and insulation isn't really our design aesthetic.
What was your initial vision for this project, or was it something that we kind of came to together?
So I think one of the reasons that we went with Cornerstone was because we wanted a sort of team aspect. You guys really helped us with figuring out how to craft this space. We knew we wanted a kitchen, a true guest room, and then an exercise room. But beyond that, we didn't really know where to go with it. Luckily, we got to sit down with you guys and you guys mapped it out, gave us a couple different options, and we went from there.
I think it became evident pretty early on that you guys really had the vision and the expertise to help us figure out where things belonged and what would be the best utilization of the space.
Obviously, it was unfinished before, but what were you really hoping to get out of this space that it didn't have before?
Yeah, I think the problem is that we didn't really use it. And it's such a big space that we were sort of left just closing the door every night. And now after just having it been done a month, we find ourselves down here every night.
Yeah. And we've already had people come and stay with us. So it's not even fully furnished yet.
No, we love to host people. We love having our family here. We're really fortunate that our friends and family want to come out here and hang out. And Cornerstone being able to design something that really flowed with just our lifestyle of being able to host, have young kids, so it's still a usable space. It's not unlivable, but make it so that it has everything we need so that we're actually using this part of the house again.
Now that you're in the space, what are some of the little details that you love?
I think the biggest thing that we like is the gym. Before, we were having to work out in this just unfinished space, which was fine, but the problem was it wasn't safe for our kids. Now we get to come in here and it's a little bit of an oasis. For us every morning, we get to come down, we work out, we don't have to worry about kids coming in, and you guys were really able to identify that that was a critical need for us and make us a space that we absolutely fell in love with. I cannot count the amount of people who have been down here and been like, I am obsessed with this paint color. And I'm like, oh, Cornerstone. There are a bunch of details that you were able to just, after talking with us, pick out and identify our style, and that makes our house feel like our house. So one of the biggest things is this accent tile that's in the bathroom, along with just the details of the lamps in here. It just makes it feel a little bit more like our aesthetic. Cornerstone was able to identify this is sort of their vibe. Here's some Pinterest things that we had seen, and you were able to sort of create a mood board for us, and we were able to pick things out. Other things that you definitely helped us with were the cabinets in the kitchen. We absolutely love them, along with like the low profile knobs and handles that you picked out, and small details, but just being able to get this one slab here that matches the countertop versus a traditional tile backsplash was things that we felt like really elevated the space and made it more our own.
Yeah, and there were some other touches too, like these custom field-built shelves, our custom bench over there with storage in it. I mean, all crafted by hand. It's nothing out of a box.
One of the other things, Annamarie, that you had mentioned that has really stood out and made this space better is originally we were going to go with that normal ceiling. Mm-hmm. And you had mentioned that our beams structurally were just a little bit lower and it would have cut off the space a little bit. So to add in more light, you recommended this ceiling structure, and it's amazing. I don't think we ever would have thought of it on our own, and it makes the basement feel a lot more like a finished space that isn't just like a dark, damp basement that it was before. Now we get to actually enjoy hosting it, live in it.
You guys want a drink?
What was it like working with the Cornerstone team throughout the process?
Well, the design phase was definitely a fantastic experience. I mean, you guys have that awesome office space where you could come in and kind of really visualize and get our hands on the materials and everything and see how it's all going to fit together. But once the project started, I mean, it's very much a collaborative experience. Mike, our project manager, was fantastic, and we just felt like we were being very taken care of. Sometimes you have contractors or design teams come in and you're kind of clueless as to what's going on, where the project actually stands, when people are going to be back in your space. and the communication was just really solid. We felt well informed that things were on track, and if not, that was communicated to us.
Yeah, I think this was a huge project for us, right? Redoing a basement, it's a big expense, it's a big time commitment. We don't want to do it again, right? You want to do a space like this, you want to do it once, you want to do it right. And when we were looking at contractors, we wanted to make sure that we weren't having to chase a contractor. Things were just going to get done. And the fact that the communication is clear, the updates are clear, you guys understand that we're still living in a space while you're working in it, everything's clean. We were still able to live our lives while there's a remodel going on. That's huge. For us, that's the reason why we chose Cornerstone. Everybody's so respectful when they come in, which is really nice because my kids are generally like in their space, which is not great for you guys, but everybody's been really nice.
Mike's great.
I
love
Mike is amazing to work with, and he has kids, so he gets it when he wants to make sure everything's safe, everything's cleaned up.
It says something when your subs have nice things to say. Yeah. They're here like digging out the foundation, like, oh, you got Mike? He's great. We love Mike.
It's crazy. Even your team talks so nicely about all of you guys because they wouldn't realize that I was working from home sometimes. They would be like, oh, right, Mike and Annamarie are running this one. Like, it's so efficient, everything's done well. And so the fact that you guys are talked about so highly, even by your own crew and your subs, I mean, I don't know what better recommendation could come from that. Yeah. You don't normally hear people at their job talking about the reasons that they like their job.
How has the space changed the way that you live your lives?
We spend far less time upstairs. Most of our time is spent down here now.
Yeah, I think it's the best because we have our own entrance from here. So everybody can come in, kids come in from playing outside, the bench opens up, you drop shoes in, get drinks out of the fridge. You guys designed it to be lived in, which is great. And
it's being lived in.
So we live in it.
So if somebody else was thinking about starting their own remodel, what would you want them to know?
You are gonna vet contractors, right? You're gonna look at different price points and all of that stuff. But we've done that. You guys are great. You make it easy and we don't have to stress. I'm so glad we did the remodel when we did. We didn't wait any longer. Our kids are able to use this space now. And if you're thinking about a remodel, do it. Do it with Cornerstone. Design is taken care of. The finishing work is so great. And you just don't have to worry about anything. You shouldn't have to worry when you're doing a remodel and paying a ton of money. That's why you should go with Cornerstone.
Well, Aaron and Christian, thanks so much for sharing your space with us. And follow Cornerstone Remodeling for more content like this.